What's up, peep? We're back for number three. Right, so I spelled the word Quora wrong, actually, in the last video. Quora, Q for quality, U for ultra, O, not for aura, O for orange, yeah? Q, U, O for orange, R for, what is it, Ralph? A for alpha. Quora, digest. That's the place where you can go there and you can ask any question and you'll get some, people will give you some good answers. They'll go out their way to give you some good answers. So definitely take that one on board. So the last video we're talking about how I come to call myself a philosopher and all of that, because some people stated I was that based upon the mental health website. We've talked about marijuana and this and that. We've talked about the two events that happened when I was 15, kind of a major breakdown at 15, and that made me change. I was always saying yes because I believed in being a better person and trying to make myself into someone that people not looked up to, but people respected. I think at 15 it got to a stage where when I was talking, people were like, yeah, whatever, Luke, this guy's a clown, he's immature, sometimes he acts childish and over childish and goofy, and it's not someone I take seriously. So those new things that came in, my word is my bond. There's two things that a man has, is his word and his balls, and I don't break them for nobody. Carlito's way. That kicked in, and people were starting to look up to me. Within a few years, people were like listening to every word that I was saying. So and even today when I walk into certain room, people will stop and listen to everything I have to say. So it works. The whole perfection philosophy thing did actually work. But at 25 years old, I got shot in the foot, basically, and I got blasted again by people that were close to me. And I decided, right, you can't say yes, and this is what's important. I want people to listen to this. You can't say yes to everything. Just like the movie, the movie Yes Man's a good movie, and it's telling people say yes and get out. It causes you to experience life more and take challenges you would never take, and it opens up doors for you and all of that. You can't say yes to everything, guys, because people will just start taking you for granted, and you'll come to find out that those same people aren't doing the same back for you. So I generally started to say no, and I started to see people's true colours here. But the good thing about it is, what happened at 25, the second breakdown, was a very good thing, because I sat down in my house for a year like a hermit, and this what ties into my previous video that I done, the single person dilemma, okay? Because I experienced a hell of a lot of loneliness. So you're speaking to someone that knows what he's talking about, okay? Not so much loneliness on the gallus side of things and all of that, but just general monk loneliness, you know what I mean? It either made me into something even more stronger or positive, or it broke me. Or it broke me into someone that kind of and even then, to be honest with you, sometimes I do find myself talking to myself. I do. So I think there's this program on YouTube where this black boy gets flung into prison at 15 because he was accused of stealing a rucksack, and they had him in solitary for something like 14 months, and he almost lost his mind. And he said, I never used to talk to myself, but now I do, and this was never who I am. I was probably talking to myself from the age of about 15, 16 for my first breakdown, okay? However, it either broke me in a very bad way, or it broke me in a very strong way, okay? And if it broke me in a very strong way, it broke me in a way where, let me think. It broke me in a way where, when it came down to making most decisions, I'm informed. I have a lot more knowledge than your average person, okay? I'm not just talking for the fun of it. I can view things from all sides. When I go into most clubs, I have a choice now, and it's funny because it ties into the same thing. I can choose, because I've been there. I've been the guy that's been on stage and dancing and all of the girls are watching, all of that. I've been the guy in the middle of the club dancing with every single girl there. And I've also been on the flip side of that, when I've gone into a club and I've just stood back on the wall and no one can see me. And people that have seen me previously, like say 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I'm going, Luke, man, this isn't like you. Like, what are you doing? Like, bruv, like, come on, man, this is you. Like, how come you're not dancing? You're not, I've got the both sides of the coin. I've got a true in-depth knowledge, in-depth kind of insight into both worlds. I have that. And when it comes down to thinking now, when people ask me to do things now, I kind of look ahead now. I look ahead. Whereas when I was 15 years old and I was doing things on behalf of other people, and it led me at 25 to be in a very bad situation, now I look ahead and I say to myself, right, is this worth my time? And if it isn't worth my time, is it worth me going out my way for this particular individual? Do they appreciate it? If they do appreciate it, then I'll accept it. I'll say, you know what, I will be there Thursday, I will do the job, whatever, blah blah blah. If I don't think they will appreciate it, then rather than put myself out there and leave myself drained, I will say no. Okay, I don't care how it comes along to them, because I, from being alone for a year as a hermit, have found myself. 100% found myself. So I don't need your approval on being a decent person. I know I am one anyway. If I upset you by saying no and you say, oh Luke, I don't want to know you, anything else, I can assure you it's water off of a duck's back. I've been there. I've been to hell and back. I know what it is to be low. I mean real low, ultimate low. So now I can afford to comfortably say no to people and not have to worry about the consequences, especially having done 25 years of saying yes, or not 25 years, we could say 15 to 25, 10 years of saying yes and know what ended up. I'm not coming from a place of selfishness. I've done it, I've been there, done it. So I can comfortably say no to people and not worry whether it hurts their little feelings or whatever. So I have that deep insight. I can say it comfortably, and I can know, like I said already, that I am a decent person. I can look back and say, no, listen, you can't tarnish my image because I know what I've done in my past. It's almost like a girl coming up to me in the street, and because I ask her for the time or whatever, and she turns around and goes, I don't think so. And I say, what do you mean you don't think so? I'm asking for the time. You ain't nothing, you fool, whatever. Not that I ever talked to a girl that way, but she says to me, listen, yeah, you must be gay. You'll never have a girl, whatever. That's not the case, because I have had girls. So it's going to be very hard for you to tell me I'd never have a girl if I've had one. You don't know how many girls I've had. You don't know who I've been with. So you can't tarnish someone that is. I became, in a sense, unbreakable. I became the Ezzy Izzard that done 30 marathons in 30 days, which again, when I think about it, I don't know how he done it. It's almost like something that's impossible. But guess what, Luke? You've done something that's impossible, because for the 25 years, you've never kind of made a promise to someone and not kept it. But from the age of 26, people start to see a different me. And this is why I want people to listen and think about what listen first. They saw a different me, that if I couldn't do anything, rather than worry about upsetting and hurting someone's feelings, someone that never did the same thing anyway, never reciprocated, done the same thing back anyway, so why they had that balls to even come to me that way. But rather than worry about hurting their feelings, I could comfortably say to them, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Yeah, but Luke, man, come along, why are you being that way? Look, and I would explain to them. I say, listen, I can't really do this because, to be honest with you, it may affect my mental health and things like that. Your mental health, everyone suffers from mental health. Now they're jumping on the whole bandwagon thing. Remember I was saying to you about jumping on the bandwagon? Well, you all suffer from mental health, yeah? And all of that. Push all that to the side. Yep, we all suffer from mental health. You're right. I'm not going to be there. Okay, Mr. Expert on mental health, I'm not going to be there. Okay, I'm not going to listen to your little mind games. and then force me into something, and then when it blows up in my face, you're not, you're a heartless average person that you never suffer from mental health, whatever. You're just really a bad-minded person that only gives a damn about themselves, and you have a very evil nature to kind of be telling people what they want to hear in order to kind of manipulate them into certain things. It's wrong, okay? If you were in a room and people were talking about not having mental health, you jump on that bandwagon as well, and whatever it takes to manipulate and get the best out of the situation. But rather, I don't go down. But the point I'm making is I don't go down this path anymore. I can comfortably say to someone, no, I don't want to do that. And if they want to then continue moving on, they can continue moving on. It's all good. Okay. The power of loving yourself. The power of knowing oneself as well. Know your limitations. Know your limitations. What was I going to say? I have certain cousins. I shouldn't even have said that, really. I shouldn't even have said it. But let's go on with it. Right. I wouldn't even say cousins. I just say certain friends. I have certain friends where they might invite me to a party, because it really has nothing to do with my cousins anyway. People in general. There are certain people out there that have random people as friends, right? Random. So it's all, when I said to you anarchy, they'll have a party, and you go to their party, and all of a sudden now there's someone in the party that's extremely rude and disrespectful. Okay. Me personally now, and now all of a sudden I'm going there and I'm not a rude or disrespectful guy. So what they've done is, without thinking, they put me in a situation now where I could be at arm's house with one of their friends. Through them not thinking, I could be at arms at one of their friends. One of their friends could be rude and disrespectful now, and because I'm in their yard and it's their friend, I kind of take it on the chin. I then kind of take it, and again, think, because I'm the type of person where if I went to someone's party, you invite me to a party, and I go to your party, and when your close friend is quite rude and disrespectful and they're rude to me, I'm going to hold you accountable for that. I'm going to end up cutting you off for that. You know what I mean? Some would turn around and say, well, boy, you should have stuck up for yourself. My friend is the kind of person, you just need to put them in their place and this and that. Again, different strokes, different folks, because if I had a party, with the way I think and the way I see things, I know that when you're walking into that door, when you're walking into my house, through the doors of my house, there ain't going to be no one there that's causing drama. You don't have to worry about being insulted. Yeah, people will tell jokes, because let's face it, just like the whole Zorpia thing and the whole troll thing, it's alright to have a laugh. We are not robots. We don't walk into a room and go, hello, please, thank you, yes. Oh, what is that? You are wearing a nice t-shirt, yes. Oh, that's really good. Can I have a beer, please? Oh, no wonder certain women are saying guys are boring and they need a backbone, and and bloody hell, mate, this guy, oh my gosh, bro. You're gonna tell a couple of jokes, and I understand that, and my friends will tell a couple of jokes, but it's not gonna be a malicious one. And when I was talking about in my Dream Big video where someone flips out because you've asked them a basic question, can I have a drink, please? You want a drink? Yeah, what drinks you got behind the bar there? You want a drink? Didn't I told you? I told you though. So I don't understand. What do you mean? What are you saying, Bob? I told you. There ain't no drink here. And funny enough, that's something that kind of, the last party I've gone to, something genuinely happened like that. You couldn't make this stuff up. But my party is, again, thinking. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about coming to a party that I've invited you to, and someone I hold close to me is kind of trying to degrade you and this and that. So I'm going to sum this video up by saying this, guys. Listen, appreciate things, and think. Okay, think ahead. In regards to something like a party, think ahead. damn, if I invite Becky, I can't really invite Becky because Becky's not really going to get on with a guy called Martin. I know Martin's likes, so no, I can't invite. Think ahead. Find yourself, okay? Finding yourself, okay? I think before you can do, I wouldn't encourage someone to be lonely. I'm not a big fan of it, encouraging people to be lonely, but I say that you can never really, you can't really expand or know where you're going without first loving yourself, without first being comfortable with yourself. If you're someone that's always dependent on other people, always dependent on them for satisfaction, for compliments, you know, giving your power away to people and all of that, you're not gonna survive in this world. You have to be able to. So you know, in regards to my last video where I'm talking about a single person dilemma, yeah, be comfortable with yourself. Definitely be comfortable with yourself and love yourself and be able to adapt and all that kind of stuff. I'm 100% on that. Before you can do anything in life, you have to be comfortable in your own skin. Again, in regards to the whole saying no thing, I don't say no to everything, guys. Let me kind of reiterate it again. I don't say no to everything now. Okay, I've understood the power of saying yes. Because when you start doing good things for people, even though they don't reciprocate it, as I said in my single person dilemma, even though it may not be reciprocated, you don't always give to receive. You don't always give to receive. Sometimes it's a joy from just knowing you're a decent person. You know, I am a decent person. I may go down the road, and not to say that I have, because trust me, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not going to film me giving myself tramp £100, be it on YouTube. That video generated me £5,000, but I only gave the tramp £100, but the YouTube videos generated me 5,000. No, it doesn't work that way, guys. But let's say I did. Let's say I gave a tramp £100, whatever. There's something that I get from that, which no one gets to see. Okay, but generally in life anyway, if you're continuously saying no to people, then don't expect those people to say yes to you. It doesn't work that way, guys. That's a very narcissistic way of seeing things. So what you put in is what you get, basically. If you're not helping people out, don't expect them to help you. Okay. And again, the last thing I'll say to people, just to sum it up, is that for me being reliable and for me thinking about what I could and couldn't do and thinking about what I could say, within a matter of 2 years, when from the age of 15, people did start to respect me. They did start to listen to what I was saying. So you don't always have to say yes, but if you are going to say yes, follow it through. Okay, you don't always have to say yes to people. I'd rather you said to me yes once in 20 times, but when you did say yes to me, you were there 15 minutes early, as opposed to you saying to me yes 20 times and I can only rely on you being there half of those times and you're late and all those kind of things. Though that really is, in your mind you may think that it's bigging up your personality. I can tell you that it's not in the long run you're not going to be seen as someone that's reliable, that's trustworthy, that's you know, that man's an idiot, bro. He's a waste man, bro. Don't rely on it. Look, I've got another person that will do the job. Yeah, he'll turn up, because that man, I don't even take him seriously. You should have come and done my garden 2 years ago, blood. You know what I mean? Forget that guy. You don't want to become one of those kind of people. But anyway, I hope you learned something about this. That just in general, guys, just think about generally think in life. Think about what you're doing, okay, and the decisions that you're going to make. because the decision you make today affects you. I wouldn't even say tomorrow. I'd say like in, you know, may affect you in years to come. Okay, what did Tupac say? Um, there's a saying he said. In fact, there's two things Tupac said. I just want to quickly end this. There's one video where Tupac says, you could be looking for some Ferg, instead you're in this weak scrub looking for some love or something like that. You could be rolling with a Ferg, instead you're with some weak scrub looking for some love, something like that. Okay. 3 years later, Tupac was dead. Okay. What was the other thing he was gonna say? I gotta, just like Carlito's Way, he said, in Changes, in the song Changes, some young buster that I roughed up way back, coming back looking for payback, something along the lines that he has to now worry, you have to look over his shoulder now, based upon some choice that he made when he was young. Now he has to continuously look over his shoulder because some young puck that I roughed up way back, coming back looking for payback or something like that. After all these years, rat-a-tat-tat-tat, but that's just the way it is. Listen to the song Changes by Tupac. So guys, anyway, I'm just going to end it on that. Just think about what you're doing. Hope you watched this, hope you learned some things from it. Thank you again, guys. Peace out. See you around for another positive video, okay, if I can keep them coming. Peace out. Bye. Thank you.